Today I'm going to be having a little look into how different rearing methods may or may not affect chicken behaviour. The two main methods of chicken rearing I'll be focusing on are standard hatchery to independent owner or free range farm, which ends up looking a lot like this, and standard hatchery to factory farm, which looks like this. Luckily I have two gorgeous ladies that I bribed heavily with bread and pasta to help me with this. The first is Betty. She was rescued from a farm out west where she lived with 3 other chickens and they were free to roam around as they pleased. And the second is Doris. She was rescued from a factory egg farm down south, and as you can see, she's a little bit more jaded than Betty is. The factory farming industry, while accepted worldwide, can be pretty appalling and highly stressful for the chickens. Hens can recognise up to 100 other individuals, otherwise known as a pecking order, and when crowded together in sheds, the hens can't form these important connections and start to attack each other. This is why poor Doris has a cauterized beak. They are also often restricted and cannot indulge in natural behaviours such as dust bathing. Now, I had started to notice over the last few months Doris's emotional dependency on Betty. When one goes, the other one has to follow. So I wanted to see how their behaviour changed when removed from each other for a short period of time. First, I performed a control. As you can see, their movements are mirrored and fairly standard. Next, I removed Doris for about 5 minutes and just let Betty do her thing. You can see her movements are slightly more sporadic because Doris was calling for her, but not particularly panicked. After Betty, it was Doris's time to shine, and here's where it got interesting. As soon as I took Betty away from Doris, she began to squawk, much like this. That is a typical warning call. You can also see through her movements she's quite distressed. It's quite clear to see that the girls depend on each other for support and that Doris has some attachment issues. Without the ability to imprint naturally on a mother from a young age, chickens like Doris can begin to form unhealthy dependencies on other hens once they reach maturity. No one likes a hen riddled with anxiety, so treat your chickens well and make sure you support pasture farming where you can.